Khawf means fear in Arabic. Taburini, if I pronounce that right, means may you bury me in Arabic. And you may be asking yourself, why am I explaining this to you in the first place? The answer is that I decided to read As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zulfa, a book that talks about the Syrian civil war. In this video, I will be reading chapter 5. In this chapter, we have the perfect image of human courage, of human bravery, and human resilience. But what makes this chapter so memorable to me and so memorable to millions of people is that this lesson and this image is given to us by a boy, by a child whose elementary school was bombed, whose dad is dead, and who is on the brink of death. And because I love this book and I want everybody to love it like I did and to experience it like I did, I really hope that you will enjoy what I have to offer today. Without further ado, let me begin my reading. The morning sun bleeds over my shivering body. I get dressed, trying to ignore the weight of Khawf's presence on my life. My stomach rumbles with hunger. My limbs ache, but none of my pain matters as long as I can save lives today. If I can make up for my shortcomings, for all the lives that I couldn't save yesterday. The year I spent in pharmacy school didn't prepare me for any of this. Even if I had graduated, it wouldn't have made a difference. I was never supposed to do the work I do now. My first year classes were mostly theoretical, and my lab courses were about mixing simple formulations, laying the foundation to build on in the coming years. My first day in the hospital was akin to being dropped with no swimming lessons into the deep end. I taught myself how to swim, to kick my legs and stay afloat, before the heavy weight of the waves dragged me down. At noon, catastrophe strikes in the form of shrapnel raining on nearby elementary school. On children. When they are wheeled in, the world slows down. My legs are rooted in the sticky blood staining my trainers. I'm standing in the middle of the carnage, watching the moments between life and death unfold in front of me. My eyes catch every tear falling and every soul rising to meet its creator. I see a child crying for his mother, who is nowhere to be seen. I see a tight-lipped boy, no older than 10, face as white as a sheet, with a large slice of metal stuck in his right arm. He grimaces in pain, but doesn't let out a sound, not wanting to scare his little sister, who's holding his other hand and crying, Taburini. I see doctors, the last few in homes, shaking their heads at small, limp, frail bodies and moving to the next. I see little girls with legs twisted into unnatural positions. Their eyes carry the full meaning of what's about to happen. Amputation. I wish we were being broadcast live on every channel and every smartphone in the world so everyone could see what they're allowing to happen to children. A little boy starts singing with glazed eyes, staring into the ceiling. He's shirtless, and his black hair is thin. His chest heaves with each breath. He's struggling to fill his lungs. I can see his ribs, count each one of them. He sings one of the many freedom songs my debater revels. His young voice is quiet but strong. It carries over the chaos and embeds itself within the hospital walls. If these walls could speak, imagine what they would say. I walk toward him in a trance, guided only by the tune of his singing. There's no one beside him. Neither his legs nor his arms are severed. There's no blood coming out of his mouth or dripping from his head. He's not a priority. And yet, I clasp his hand in mine. They're as cold as ice. His little coat must be back at school, buried under the rubble. Are you hurt? I ask through silent tears. He doesn't stop singing, but his voice is lower. I check his pulse. It's slow and unnatural. I don't see any wounds. Are you hurt? I ask again, urgently. At this rate, his heart will stop. He turns toward me. My name is Ahmed. I'm 6 years old. Can you help me find my mama? He says quietly. His eyes, deep blue, are sunk so far into his skull, I'm scared they'll vanish. He's in shock. I take off my lab coat, put it around him. I warm his hands in mine and kiss them. Yes, Habibi, I will find your mama. Can you tell me if you're in pain? I feel funny. Where? My head. I feel sleepy. He coughs roughly. And my chest, I don't know. Internal bleeding. I yell for Dr. Ziad. The doctor hurries to my side and checks Ahmed's pulse. Ahmed tells him he's thirsty, while Dr. Ziad inspects his head. Extreme thirst can only mean one thing. With a deep sigh, he shakes his head. What does that mean? I demand. Are you giving up on him? Salma, we don't have a neurosurgeon. No one here knows how to operate on internal bleeding in the brain. His tone is grave, full of regret. What? So you're just going to let him? I hiss, but can't get the word out. I don't want Ahmed to hear it. Dr. Ziad wipes back Ahmed's hair from his forehead. There are droplets of sweat coating it. I swallow the bile in my throat. Are you in pain, son? He asks. Ahmed shakes his head. Adrenaline shock. He doesn't need morphine. We can't do anything except make his last moments better. I'm going to do a blood transfusion. I turn around to where we stack the equipment. As an O negative, I'm a universal donor. We have a manual device Dr. Ziad made to donate blood to the patients because the transfusions machine don't always work. Now with the electricity shortage, I can't give him my blood. I'll give him. It won't help, he says in a pained tone. Dr. Ziad, he holds up his hand, interrupting me. Salama, it won't. If I could give my life so this boy would be safe and well and healthy, I would. But I can't. I can't help him. But I can help the little girl whose intestines are all over the floor. We can't save everyone. He leaves before I can yell. Auntie? Ahmed beckons softly, stopping to gasp for breath. Yes, Habibi. I turn around and clasp his hands back into mine. If you live, I'll take care of you. I vow. Just live, please. Just live. Am I going to die? He asks. And I see no fear. Do all 6 years old know what death is? Or is it only children of 4? My hands shake. Are you scared of death? I reply instead. He coughs, and a hint of red drips from his lip. My God. I don't know. Baba's dead. Mama said he's in heaven. Will I go to heaven too? I shudder in a breath. Yes, you will. You'll see your Baba there. He smiles gently. Alhamdulillah, he whispers. What can I do in heaven, Auntie? How can a child have so much composure in the face of death? I swallow my tears, drowning inwardly. We'll play all day. There are games and food and candy and toys and everything you could ever want. Can I talk to God too? I'm taken aback by his question. Of course you can, Ya Umri. Good. We sit silently for a few minutes, and I listen as his lungs struggle. Already, his eyes are losing focus. His breath's becoming shallower by the second. I pray for his soul and recite Quran verses in a whisper. Auntie, don't cry. When I'll go to heaven, I'll tell God everything. He chokes out. I look up, and his face has gone still. His eyes are glassy, and it looks like little stars are caught in his blue irises.